gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back. I'm Fat Ninja, and this is Fat Ninja's Corner. We're going to start it off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about the NHL playoffs. Stanley Cup has been awarded to one team that was left standing. If you're a hockey fan, I'm sure you already know it was the Washington Capitals. Congratulations to the Washington Capitals. They've been in existence for 44 years, and this is their first Stanley Cup victory. They have always seemed to have had a very good hockey team, at least the past few seasons. They were just never able to get over the hump. They always ran into the Pittsburgh Penguins, and well, we all know about the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've been pretty dominant over the past few years as well. Washington was able to get past them, made it to the Stanley Cup. Then you got Vegas roaring into the NHL. It's their first season in existence. They make it to the finals. It was quite the storyline. We've talked about this before. Vegas wins game one, and then Washington just says, "Okay, we're done with you," and they go full on, and take care of business. And I was happy to see Ovechkin finally win a Stanley Cup. 13 years in the league. He's probably the best player in the league, and he had not got himself a cup yet. So congratulations to Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. It'll be interesting to see what Vegas will do this offseason. I realize they're going to have quite a few draft picks. They're going to be able to stock up the farm system and whatnot. But, I mean, they have themselves a solid team. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to keep these guys together or if by them going to Vegas and having themselves some good seasons, other teams are going to be able to step in and maybe try to prime away with some more money and whatnot. I mean, I guess only time will tell. So with that being said, we're going to switch gears and we're going to bounce on over to the NBA playoffs where they have came and gone as well. We had, obviously, the Cavaliers and the Warriors for the fourth straight season, and the Warriors swept the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-0. LeBron getting swept for the first time ever, I do believe. I could be wrong on that, not 100%. That very first game, game one, I really thought that Cleveland should have won that game. George Hill misses a free throw with like 4.7 left. They could have put him up by one. And then J.R. Smith grabs the rebound, and he thinks that they have the lead, so he dribbles out to the top of the key, basically just kills the clock, didn't get a shot up. LeBron's standing at the top of the key, wide open. You know, the closest person 17, 20 feet away from him with their back turned to the basket. So if J.R. Smith could have kicked it out to LeBron, he might have been able to hit a shot. We'll never know. It's done and gone. But, you know, and LeBron didn't know that they had a timeout as either. So I would throw a little bit of the blame on LeBron. But the dude just played his heart out. I mean, he was surrounded with a bunch of nobodies. He didn't have anybody else on the team. So it is what it is. And in all fairness, he did put together this team for the most part. He wanted J.R. Smith to get paid a couple years ago. He wanted Tristan Thompson to get paid a couple years ago. They made all the moves at the trade deadline by trading away Isaiah Thomas and pretty much Dwayne Wade and everybody. So I think the deck was stacked against them, especially going into the series, and it surely showed. And then it came out after Game 4, the Game 4 loss. LeBron in the press conference, he said he broke his hand after Game 1. It did look a little bit swelled. Some people saying it was only bruised. Some people saying that it was actually broken. I don't think it really matters. I don't think anyone expected the Cleveland Cavaliers to win this series. Like I said in my last video, I think I called Golden State in 5, possibly 6. So I really did think that Cleveland was going to be able to squeak at least one out, but they didn't, and that's about it. So congratulations to Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and all of them and the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry wins Finals MVP for the second season in a row. Yeah, so good job, guys. And yeah, and on to the final segment. It's the Dum Dum of the Week. And this week it goes to Bryan Colangelo and his wife, formerly of the Philadelphia 76ers. He gets the general manager job. He goes in, he made some moves. Well, I guess it came out that he had himself some burner accounts. Well, that was at least the speculation to start things off. I guess the 76ers asked for all of his, cell phones, laptops, everything electronic. I guess they were able to figure out that his wife, Mrs. Colangelo, created those accounts and was basically tweeting out information about the 76ers, taking shots at the former general manager, Sam Hinkie, I do believe, basically putting down some of the players. it was an unreal little happening. I wanted to touch on it. I assumed from the get-go that Colangelo would not survive this. I do feel kind of bad that he was well, I guess he didn't get fired, but they said that he came and he resigned and that they mutually agreed to part ways. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it went a little something like this. Hey, Bryan, we know your wife did this, and we want to let you go, but we would like to give you the opportunity if you would like to just step down. We'll say that you resigned. So, yeah, so the 76ers are looking for a new general manager. Well, listen, folks, that's going to do it for Fat Ninja's Corner this week. I'm Fat Ninja. Oh, and don't forget, follow me on Twitter at MySpinOnSports. I currently have a poll up. It depends. I might be able to get this video out in time before the poll ends. Thinking about changing the name from Fat Ninja to something else. So if you have any suggestions, hit me up. Leave some comments below. I don't know, maybe pancake titties, pancake hunters, something like that. Save the whales. You know how it goes. Listen, folks, I'm Fat Ninja. I'll talk to you next week. You guys have a great week, folks.